SmartRegister, the campaign tool that allows campaign organizers and political parties to quickly identify and target voting audiences based on a variety of variables, including likelihood of party preference. So let's get started and look at our Data Explorer. As you can see in our map Explorer here, you can zoom in to our target audience that we have preloaded, which is Porter County, Indiana. And here we can zoom down to the street level. It's like a detailed map. And you can see here as I mouse over these voters that they are color coded, and they give some information about each voter: address, latitude, longitude, and also some other variables like their voting frequency, their party preference, names, for example. You can see over here that their colors match up with our probability, party probability spectrum here, and the colors. So blue meaning you, and a 1 meaning you are a Democrat, and down here a 0 or a deep red for Republican. So you can see a lot of these folks are somewhere in between, or right or left. Let's jump into selecting a city. Let's pick, for our purposes here, let's go with Portage, Indiana. There's our city of Portage and all of our voters. You can also select individual counties, individual precincts, state houses, state senates, districts, and then some demographic data. You can pick all female voters, all male, all voters, ethnicity. We have broad ethnic groups that we can focus in on. Age ranges. Let's say we're going to focus on folks who are 40 years and older. We also say we are running a race for a school board race. So let's say we want to talk with people who are likely to have a child in their household or connection to a child. We can also look at homeowners versus renters, values of homes. So if you're talking about property tax increases, this might be able to help you give a homeowner a heads up on maybe a range of what their increase would be. Also their income amount. You can see quickly here that we can see that there's 66,663 voters, 4,219 addresses, 4,612 cell phones that are available, and somewhere in this audience, in this population, there are folks who have made donations. This is for modeling purposes only, and this gives us a fraction of the data set. We also have a couple of different charts that can help you, if you're a visual person, help you understand the data that you are looking at. So in this case, let's look to see how many of these folks, what their voter frequency is. And this is our age breakdown, but let's say we want to see predicted party. And speaking of predicted party, so let's look at this. The power of SmartRegister really lies within our predictive modeling, which is to be able to select the nonpartisan or non-primary voters, and then select from, let's say we wanted to just focus on strong people we believe are strong Democrats. So let's go 75 and above. Now we've got a better breakdown here, an understanding of how many people are in each of these areas in terms of their scores. So this gives you an idea to help you budget, if you wanted to do voters or addresses, canvassing, if you wanted to make some phone calls or send text messages. Gives you some quick ideas, and also again your map here is focused on that group. You can see they're all pretty much blue now. So these folks are a great target group. We can also see if any of these folks are Democratic donors, if they've given to Democrats in the past. This is their voter frequency codes, 0 to 8, meaning 0 you registered to vote and never voted, and an 8 meaning you've never missed an election. As a voter active, if you want to get just to people who are actively voting, then this is an opportunity to yes or no. No would give you folks who have never voted. So if you just quickly want to create that list, you'd be able to do that and then be able to deploy some messaging. You can also see here the voter registration dates. So if you want to focus on people who had registered recently to make sure they know about, get some voting information, you can share that with them. Total donation amount. So again, you can set a range here of donations that you want to focus on. So if you have small dollar donors or large donors, then you can create groups for that. Is the voter a veteran or not? Do they have a cell phone? Yes or no? So once we've done that, we can save this audience, and let's change the name to test one. Now got a nice list of 596 voters, and we can see them here in our data. So there's the voter's profile, where they score on the our scoring spectrum. Some personal information, location information, so other information. This tells us whether or not a person is a veteran, their military status, do they have a child in the house, some income variables. Donation, this is a history of a person's donations, how much they've given, most recent donation, number of donations, the total amount. Their political information, this tells us what their party, their score, also if we have an ID for them as a union member, have they changed parties recently? State house information, again, some other numbers here that are important to help in targeting. Or voting history, so you can see which elections these folks have voted in, and if they've done an early ballot, a primary, or a general election. And customized fields, this allows you to identify people and make sure to see if they've had one at a yard sign. Were they an IP campaign? Is the person a volunteer? Are they a supporter? Let's say yes or undecided. You can also create a list of precinct committee people here by selecting a number of offices, titles here that you can then create your own database of elected officials if you'd like in your area. Save those changes. Now the database is updated automatically. So here we are. We have created a nice targeted group of people who, as you can see here, don't vote. Almost 40% of these voters have registered to vote but have not voted. So our system is using our machine learning platform to predict how these folks will probably vote in a November election. So this is SmartRegister and our Data Explorer, where we'll add more about our report builders and our canvassing tool in the next segments. Thank you very much, and we hope to work with you soon.